Yeah, I'll react to that, sure. Hey guys, time to get the day started with some Eurovision. Watch Mojo. Both. Let's go.
That's right. Come closer and hold me tight.
Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 best and worst UK Eurovision entries.
Can't believe how long this has been around.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to
Same.
our channel and ring the bell to get notified
Well, I
about our
react
latest
to-
videos.
For this list, we'll be looking at the 5 greatest and 5 worst songs the United Kingdom has submitted to Eurovision. Let us know in the comments what your favourite UK entry of all time is.
Maybe. Okay.
Number 10, Best, Lulu. The 1969 Eurovision
Are they
Song
gonna go
Contest
best,
in
worst,
Madrid
best, worst?
remarkably ended in a 4-way tie. Until this point, none of the organisers had considered the possibility of a tie, and there was no way to settle it.
Come closer and listen. The beat of my heart keeps on missing.
It's because Lulu was sharing the spotlight with 3 other songs that she's lower on our list. But Boom Banga Bang remains an iconic song and a much deserving winner even to this day. We're not going to deny that the French, Dutch and Spanish entries that also won that year were good as well, but Lulu was our favourite. This was also only the 2nd ever time the UK won, and one of only 5 total victories. Number 9,
Nice.
Worst, Engelbert Humperdinck. Much like Lulu, Engelbert Humperdinck was also a famous face during the swinging 60s. However, the UK decided to enter Humperdinck not way back when at the height of his career, but in 2012.
So graceful and pure, a smile bathed in light. No matter the distance, a miracle of sight.
Not only did half the British public not know who Humperdinck was anymore, but we doubt that the viewers in the rest of Europe were too impressed.
If you love someone, follow your heart. 'Cause love comes once, if you're lucky enough.
And the song,
mean-
Love Will Set You Free, was a very slow and quiet ballad, and even in the chorus it didn't pick up too much.
Only love
Okay.
can set you free. And if you love someone,
Humperdinck didn't
Hey,
take defeat
you know-
graciously, however, later hitting out at the contest for it being too political, as if it wasn't always. Number 8,
political?
Best, Katrina and the Waves. Yes, we know Katrina Leskinich herself
looks
isn't
90s.
British. She's American, but the rest of the band is, and they did form in the UK, meaning they were able to be entered into Eurovision in 1997.
Love shine light in every corner of my heart. Let the love light carry, let the love.
By 97, the Waves had been out of the charts for a while and had stagnated, so nobody was expecting them to win the competition.
Shine light in every corner of my dream.
I love how you can tell by the hairdo the time it's in.
However, win they did, beating out defending
Especially women's hair. Like, it's... Guys, I get it. Watch Mojo. They talk over this song and stuff. I get why a lot of people don't like Watch Mojo videos, all right? But I think they're good every now and then. And, I don't know. I find, like, through history, you can, like, identify time periods by, not just in the 20th century. I'm talking, you can go all the way back.
champions Ireland by a whopping
Well,
70
anyway.
points. Gone were the days of Lulu's 4-way tie. The UK had broken records and stolen the show. Coming right at the height of Britpop, a UK victory in Eurovision was the cherry on top of a phenomenal decade in British music. Number 7, Worst, Daz Sampson.
Uh-oh.
Though Sampson saw chart success in the UK, that didn't translate to a winning Eurovision entry. His song, Teenage Life, submitted for the 2006 contest in Athens, scored a pitiful 25 points. Sampson was surrounded by a chorus of singing schoolgirls, rapping over the top of them. And yes, he did write the rap himself.
Dwelling on the past from back when I was young, thinking of my school days and trying to write this song. Classroom schemes and dreams, man, they couldn't save me, cause my days were numbered when I signed down on AV.
It's
Oh,
absolutely
Jesus.
baffling that he was chosen to be the UK entry, as novelty
it.
rap acts don't have a great track record.
Sunshine and shade, those girls on serenade, thinking of those 6-phone chicks that misbehaved.
It seems that a song about how wrong all your teachers are at school wasn't a hit with the audience in the rest of Europe, and it's no surprise. Sorry, Daz. Number 6,
No.
Best, Bucks Fizz. They had a handful of chart toppers in the UK before and after Eurovision, seeing success in other countries after the contest as well. Despite being pure early 80s cheese, their song Making Your
Ma'am?
Mind Up was an earworm. And that's not all. The group had some very memorable visuals in their performance, like some dance choreography still performed by drunk people at weddings even decades later. And who could forget the moment the girls' skirts were torn off? It was catchy, poppy, and unforgettable, landing firmly in first place with 136 points in 1981. It was close, but Bucks Fizz emerged victorious. Number 5, Worst, Scooch. There was some fanfare at the time when Scooch reformed to represent the UK at Eurovision in 2007, especially considering that for one,
Like, to represent the UK, I didn't realize just how big of a deal. I didn't really know about Eurovision at all before watching videos, but it's clearly a very big deal. It's like the, Champions League of... no, that's not... bad... Okay.
the song was chosen by voting British public. However, their novelty was lost on the continent.
They
because
chose
they
him
came
to represent.
22nd and only received points from 2 countries. It probably didn't help that it was a patriotic song about how great the UK is and
Yeah.
how we're putting our flag everywhere.
I was going to say...
We'd like to thank you for flying with us today. Keep on!
It's no wonder nobody voted for us, even if the chorus was catchy. Not to mention the bizarre aeroplane choreography and in-flight safety message full of brazen innuendo.
Pull firmly on the red cord and blow into the mouthpiece.
What was this?
Yeah.
Carry on Eurovision?
We wish you a very pleasurable journey.
Ma'am?
Number 4, Best, Brotherhood of Man. Another 4-piece, while Brotherhood of Man didn't give the most energetic performance.
Noticing a trend here that the best seem to be older ones and the worst seem to be newer ones.
They had one thing on their side, a bloody
Newish.
great song.
I love you, you know. I'll be thinking of you in most everything I do.
Save Your Kisses for Me was the UK's 1976 entry, and it's a song everyone in Britain will recognise, even if they don't know it was a Eurovision winner once upon a time.
Kisses for me, save all your kisses for me. Bye-bye, baby.
The 70s seem like another
Not
universe.
only did the song win the competition, it topped charts in the UK and reached number 1 in half a dozen other countries too.
Kisses for me, save all your kisses for me. So long, honey, so long.
It even broke into the United States charts. No easy feat for a Eurovision entry. And it's going to be stuck in your head for the rest of the day too.
What's that one? Where are you? Da, 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 da. I don't know. There was a really good song, and I just butchered it, that I heard in one of the Eurovision.
3,
Never mind.
Worst, James.
But the 70s seems weird. Like the 60s is like pretty iconic. The 80s is pretty iconic. Then like, what is the 70s? What happened? What? I guess there was stuff going on in the Middle East. Like, what was going on? The 70s, they seem very interesting.
Newman.
Like,
Following the 2020 Song Contest being cancelled, the 2021 iteration in the Netherlands was the first Eurovision since the UK's final exit from the European Union.
Sometimes I know my fire burns low, but as long as you're with me, I'll never get cold.
Whether you believe in the conspiracy of political voting or not, it's hard to look at the result and not think ill feelings towards the UK played some role. But on the other hand, James Newman's song Embers was just forgettable, plain and simple.
Out of the embers, you and I gonna light up the room.
His performance wasn't great on the night. The musical arrangement itself was bland, and the only set dressing was two giant trumpets behind him.
bland.
For only the second time in history, the UK got null points. Number 2, Best, Sandy Shaw.
Yeah, that's kind of lame if they make it political, but at the same time, even if it's not political, people are going to claim it's political if you don't win. So it's a hairy situation, but yeah, a song contest should be a song contest.
UK got null points.
Not a popularity, actually.
Number 2, Best, Sandy Shaw.
Like a puppet on a string.
Another song you'll likely recognise from beyond Eurovision, Puppets on a String, is as familiar as it is kitsch.
Love is just like a merry-go-round with all the fun of the band.
Sandy Shaw performed it back in 1967, becoming the UK's first Eurovision winner and proving that we can win, even if the rules stopped the likes of the Beatles from competing at the time.
Why? Why were the rules? If you're like too popular?
It's
Or?
for that reason that we give Shaw the honour of being our pick for the greatest UK Eurovision entry.
Who's the worst?
Shaw's entry came about because the public was able to vote for a song they actually liked, and this time it worked. It was also a wildly successful single in its own right, and Shaw became one of the biggest female stars of the decade. Number 1, Worst, Gemini. In 2003, the UK achieved its first null points result, and it remains undoubtedly our worst entry into the competition.
Love's not enough. I need your trust for you to try anymore.
Maybe we wouldn't have come
God.
dead last if it wasn't for our technical error that led to the singer's backing track being wrong. But because of this, their voices were completely off-key with the instrumentation the audience was hearing.
Bye-bye, baby. Lie to me, baby. Must have been crazy, baby. Bye-bye.
It's painful to sit through the entirety of their song, knowing they were none the wiser to the malfunction until it was way too late.
To be honest, that's almost even better, because if they were aware, then it might have been even more awkward.
But
So.
none the wiser to the malfunction until it was way too late.
You're living a lie. Don't take a fire. Just keep me hanging on.
It's not a dreadful song if you go and listen to it as intended, but intentions don't matter on the night, and the duo didn't earn a single point.
Do you agree with our picks?
My
Check out
God,
this-
dudes in the early 2000s make me kind of cringe. That's like when I grew up. All right, I'm a 2000s kid. I was born in '93, so I don't really consider. I would like to consider, but I was only 7 when the '90s ended, and so my childhood was definitely in the 2000s. I consider, and man, looking back on that. People were like the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, Justin Timberlake and Britney Spears and Christina Aguilera and like, this is kind of, oh
And
God.
the duo didn't earn a single point.
Do you agree with our picks? Check
No.
out this other recent clip from Watch Mojo
Yes.
UK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be
Great video. I enjoyed it. Interesting. I like watching Eurovision videos. This is my favorite one. 1, 2, where are you? Na, 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 na. Okay, so okay. I might. What is that song? Anyways, all right. Oh my God, Snap. Anyways, great, awesome, love y'all. Hope you guys are all doing well. See you next time. Bye.